Imagine a country in Africa where some really serious problems are happening. There are bad guys causing trouble, like bullies on the playground. And for a long time, this country was even controlled by a bigger country from far away. Now, imagine a young army leader, not much older than your older brother or sister, who suddenly steps up and says, "I'm in charge now. I'm going to make things much better." This is the real story of Captain Ibrahim Traoré. He's the boss of a country called Burkina Faso. And guess what? He's the youngest leader in the whole wide world right now. Since he took over in a surprising way in September 2022, everyone has been talking about him. But what's the really surprising truth about Captain Ibrahim Traoré? Well, it's not just one secret or one easy answer. The truth about Captain Traoré is like a big puzzle with many different pieces. It's about his brave new ideas, some people saying he might be a little too bossy, and lots of people who really love him and cheer him on. So, let's learn all about it. Captain Traoré became the boss because he promised something super important. He said he would make his country safe again from the bad guys, and he would also make his country proud and strong. He often talks about how African countries should be free and strong, just like a famous old leader from his country named Thomas Sankara. And many of the things he's done look just like what a brave hero would do. One of his biggest and coolest ideas was to say, "Hey, the gold in our country belongs to us." He decided that instead of just digging up the raw gold and sending it to other countries, Burkina Faso would build its own special factories to make the gold shiny and ready. This is like saying, we're not just giving away our favorite toys, we're going to play with them ourselves and make them even better. It's a way of saying no to people who might try to take too much. But his brave ideas didn't stop there. In a very big move, he also told the soldiers from France, which is a country far away that used to control Burkina Faso, to go home. This was a huge deal, like telling a big kid who used to be your boss to leave your playground. And then, he looked for new friends to help him, like a country called Russia. This is like changing your team in a game to play with new, strong players who you think will help you win. Beyond getting control of the gold and making new friends, Captain Traoré's team has really focused on doing things themselves. They're working hard to make things like food and clothes right there in Burkina Faso, instead of buying them from other countries. They're also building roads and bridges to help their country grow. The goal is clear: to be more independent, to not need so much help from outside, and to make Burkina Faso stronger on its own.
These brave, and sometimes very direct, ideas have made many people in Burkina Faso super excited, especially the young people. They see him as a big hope, like a superhero who will help their part of Africa become truly free from old controls. When he talks, lots and lots of people come to cheer for him, holding up signs and yelling, "Yes, Captain Traoré." It's a very strong feeling of wanting to be free and proud. However, like any big boss who takes charge in a surprising way and tries to change everything, Captain Traoré's time in power hasn't been without big problems and people saying he's doing things wrong. And this is where the shocking truth becomes even more complicated. Some people say that he might be becoming a bit too bossy. They worry that he doesn't let people talk freely if they don't agree with him, and that he might be trying to make everyone like him too much. It's like a teacher who doesn't let anyone else have an opinion, even if they have a good idea. Even though he promised to stop the bad guys, the security situation in Burkina Faso is still very dangerous. Some people even say that, instead of getting better, the bad guys are actually getting stronger in some places, not weaker. This makes people wonder if his big promise about making the country safe is really working. It's like promising to catch all the monsters under the bed, but then you still hear funny noises. Then there are some really serious rumors about money. A big army leader from America recently said that Captain Traoré might be using the country's gold money to protect himself, instead of using it to help all the people. Of course, Captain Traoré's team says, "No way, that's not true." But it makes people wonder if he's being completely fair and honest with the country's valuable treasures. Also, the way the country is run is still very shaky. Captain Traoré's government has said they stopped several secret plans to try and kick him out of power. While they say bad people from outside are trying to cause trouble, it also shows that things are still very unstable inside the country. It's like playing a game where someone is always trying to trip you. Perhaps one of the biggest worries for people outside Burkina Faso is about how long he will stay in charge. At first, Captain Traoré had promised he would let the country vote for a new boss soon. But now, his government has said he'll stay in charge for 5 more years, and he can even try to be the boss after that. This makes many people worry that he might not let the country choose its own leader fairly and soon, which is an important part of a true democracy. So, what truly is the really surprising truth about Captain Ibrahim Traoré? It's not just one simple answer. It's a mix of his brave ideas to make his country strong and free, and the difficult problems and worries that people have about how he's doing it.
On one hand, he's like a superhero for many people in Africa. He stands up and says, "We want to be free. No more big countries telling us what to do." His big moves to control the gold and tell the old soldiers to leave have made many people feel hopeful for true independence. He's like a new kind of leader saying, enough is enough. But, on the other hand, the way he's doing things also makes people ask important questions. Questions about letting everyone have a say. Questions about being fair to everyone. And questions about if a strong way of leading will really help in the long run. The fighting in the country and the worries about him being too bossy make it hard to just say he's a perfect hero. Burkina Faso is like a big game that's still being played. Captain Traoré's choices today will decide how his country looks and feels for a very long time. Will his brave ideas bring true happiness and safety, or will the tough way he leads cause new problems? Will he truly help Africa become super free, or will the big job of being the boss be too hard? Ultimately, the really surprising truth is that Traoré is a very complicated person leading a very tricky country. He's like a tightrope walker, trying to balance between what lots of people want and all the big problems and criticisms that come with being a leader who took charge in a surprising way. His story, whatever it becomes, will be talked about for many years. It will be a big lesson about how countries in Africa are trying to be truly free and strong on their own. So, what do you think about Captain Ibrahim Traoré's leadership? Is he a brave hero, or is he on a tricky path? Share your perspective in the comments below. If you liked learning about this surprising leader, please give this video a thumbs up and click the subscribe button to learn more cool stuff about the world. Don't forget to ring the little bell, so you know when our next video is ready. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.